Hey, you want to be a farmer?
Here's a couple of acres.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 action movies you forgot were awesome. For this list, we'll be looking at the badass flicks that have been unfairly overlooked. Please note we'll be leaving out martial arts films because they deserve a list of their own. Is there another action-packed movie you wish got more attention? Let us know in the comments. Now, on to the top 10. Number 10, 3:10 to Yuma. A decade before he made the definitive Wolverine movie with Logan, James Mangold got Batman together with Superman's dad for a bit of good old-fashioned gunslinging. Russell Crowe is a dangerous outlaw who lawmakers will pay good money to see brought to justice. Christian Bale is a rancher too poor to say no to a payday, no matter how dangerous the assignment. And in an Old West setting where everyone has a score to settle and a gun to settle it with, their journey is far from easy. Like a lot of modern westerns, it didn't really get the attention it deserved, but thanks to 2 magnetic leads and 6 shooters aplenty, 3:10 to Yuma is a fantastic throwback to a bygone era.
This video is brought to you by the new Motorola Razr. The flippable, pocketable icon is back, and this time it's 5G ready. Discover more at the link in the description.
Number 9, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Another modern take on old-school action, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. is a Cold War caper about a pair of elite spies from either side of the divide who are forced to work together.
He said, don't kill your partner on your first day.
I know what he said. What does it mean?
Of course, when agents the size of Henry Cavill and Armie Hammer butt heads, they're liable to level entire city blocks. And the two end up crashing their way through Italy.
So it's no trouble unless you continue to question my actions.
So you've actually thought this through?
Would you like to finish what we started?
Even when they aren't throwing haymakers at each other, the constant bickering and one-upsmanship between this Herculean odd couple makes The Man from U.N.C.L.E. an absolute riot. And with a supporting cast that includes Alicia Vikander, Elizabeth Debicki, Jared Harris, and Hugh Grant, this is well worth seeking out.
But I've spoken to your superiors, and now that we're all such good friends, they've kindly agreed to let me keep the team together for a while. We leave in an hour.
Where are we going?
Number 8, FX. The action genre is overflowing with tropes and cliches, but that creates plenty of room for meta movies like FX to turn the whole thing on its head.
How was I?
You were great. Nobody dies like you.
Roland Tyler is a special effects expert stuck plying his trade on low-budget gore fests. Everything changes, however, when the Justice Department offers him a fat stack of cash to help stage the assassination of a mob informant so he can disappear into witness protection.
Just think about it. Just think about it, please.
However, after a sneaky double-cross, Tyler finds himself in the middle of his very own B-movie where the bullets and the blood are far too real. Widely praised by critics for its smart take on the genre, FX never quite seemed to find the audience it deserved. Number 7, Haywire. Steven Soderbergh has pretty much proven that he can make a stone-cold classic in any genre. From heartwarming tales about male strippers to eerily accurate pandemic predictions and basketball-centric sports dramas shot entirely on iPhone. So when he decides to make a no-holds-barred action flick, you know it's going to be good. MMA star Gina Carano brings her bone-breaking talents to this tale of a former Black Ops agent on a bloody quest for revenge. How a film that sees Carano ragdolling the likes of Channing Tatum, Ewan McGregor, and Michael Fassbender didn't become a smash hit, we'll never understand. Still, it's one of the slickest action thrillers in recent years. Number 6, Shoot 'em Up. Action cinema, like all of cinema, is in a constant conversation with itself as newer movies reuse, remix, and subvert those that came before. While watching John Woo's seminal action thriller Hard Boiled, Michael Davis was so struck by a scene in which the hero takes part in a gun battle while protecting a baby that he decided to build a whole new film around it. The result sees Clive Owen's badass drifter teaming up with Monica Bellucci's prostitute with a heart of gold to protect a little one from a crew of assassins and henchmen led by Paul Giamatti. Its amped up, all-action style divided critics at the time and saw it struggle at the box office. But fans of Woo's over-the-top kung fu stylings would be remiss not to check it out.
I am dead.
Stop. That part of it, you got right.
Number 5. The Rundown. Back in 2003, Dwayne Johnson was still trying to crack Hollywood with movies like The Rundown, which saw him playing a bounty hunter who travels to Brazil for one last job. Using Johnson's WWE days to full effect, The Rundown boasts some truly bone-crunching fight scenes while offering an early indication of the comedy chops and charisma that would one day make him pure box office gold.
Thunder, lightning, ears.
Sadly, that wasn't the case in 2003, and the film failed to recoup its budget. But it's a fun jungle romp that is even more interesting in retrospect. Number 4. Smokin' Aces. Like horror films, the great thing about action movies is that their casts are often a fascinating grab bag of up-and-comers, ailing stars, A-listers, and non-actors. Smokin' Aces is one of the best examples of this, bringing together all-stars like Ray Liotta, Ben Affleck, Chris Pine, and Ryan Reynolds, along with the likes of Common and Alicia Keys, for a good old-fashioned bounty hunt.
Bond on Buddy Israel expires in 18 hours. That's a jump ball.
Who posted the bond?
Same guys who hired me. Former law firm. Walked out the door after he made bail as a since.
An informant with a $1 million price on his head and a whole bunch of folks on his trail, that's all the plot the movie really needs to set up a thrilling series of high-octane collisions. Worth checking out for the cast alone, doubly so for all the fun they have trying to murder each other. Number 3. Cliffhanger. When you've already got one of the most beloved action franchises of all time to your name, it's easy to imagine how your other efforts might get overlooked. But though it may not have been a titanic franchise like Rocky or Rambo, Sly Stallone's Cliffhanger still has an awful lot to recommend it. This includes a zany rock-climbing related heist plan, John Lithgow playing a psychotic British crime boss, and some great set pieces from action maestro Rennie Harlan, who brought those same talents to The Long Kiss Goodnight a few years later. The whole film is a goofy blast, and Stallone's star power at the time was enough to make it a commercial hit. But it seems to have been somewhat forgotten since.
Remember, shithead! Keep your arms and legs in the vehicle! At all!
Number 2. Last Action Hero.
You want to be a farmer?
Here's a couple of acres.
Like FX, but a bit more family-friendly, Last Action Hero uses the unwritten rules, tropes, and cliches of action cinema to provide a clever deconstruction of the genre while also serving up plenty of explosive action. When a young boy is sucked into an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, the muscle-bound super cop is the only one that can save him.
Holy cow! I'm in the movie!
Essentially, a Schwarzenegger movie about Schwarzenegger movies, Last Action Hero is able to skewer the silliest aspects of 80s action cinema while also acting as a heartfelt tribute to it.
If God was a villain, he'd be me.
It failed to land with critics or audiences at the time, but has been undergoing a steady reevaluation in the years since.
No sequel for you.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few other action-packed honorable mentions. Red Cliff, aka Chibi, an epic reminder that John Woo is still one of the greatest action filmmakers ever. Rolling Thunder, a bleak, bloody story about a Vietnam vet's eventful return home. Ricochet, a criminal tale of revenge that goes to some shockingly dark places.
This is no fun. That's better.
City on Fire, Chow Yun-fat became a star with this undercover thriller. The Gray, Liam Neeson fighting wolves. That's it. That's the movie.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Edge of Tomorrow. Groundhog Day is a classic movie in which Bill Murray relives the same day over and over and slowly learns to better himself. But you know what Groundhog Day didn't have? Giant mech suits fighting weird squid-like aliens in a battle for humanity's survival. That's what. Fortunately, Edge of Tomorrow is here to correct that oversight. Tom Cruise plays a hapless media relations professional who finds himself on the front lines alongside an iconic super soldier-like officer played by Emily Blunt.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to save you. We're getting slaughtered. You need to get us off this beach.
Each time Cruise dies, the day resets, giving the pair plenty of chances to work out a way of ending the war. With some stunning battle sequences that mix World War II iconography with sci-fi weaponry, Edge of Tomorrow is one of the best action movies of the last decade.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.